have a very special guest for today's episode. This incredible human being is an advocate for justice, equality, and all things fabulous when it comes to protecting our rights as queer individuals. They're out here every single day making sure that our voices, queer voices, black voices, trans voices, hell, all voices are heard loud and clear. Please welcome the Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer of the ACLU, AJ Hikes.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi, my love.
How are you?
I'm doing really well.
It's so good to see you.
How are you?
I'm grand as a Pillsbury biscuit. Yeah. Every
You
day.
look at my love. Not the biscuit part, but grand.
I was like, are you saying that I'm busting out of this dress like a biscuit? You just got here.
Never that. Never
That's
that.
crazy.
Do I get to give you a little update that I'm no longer the Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer at the ACLU?
So what is your title?
Deputy Executive Director.
Deputy Executive
That's exactly
Director.
right. So a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah. Congratulations
Yeah.
on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you very much. It's like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been quite a while.
It's
I have no idea why they wrote that. I knew that, but I was just reading, quite honestly.
It's
And
totally okay.
Let's
It's
just
totally-
say, welcome the Deputy Executive Director of the ACLU,
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
AJ Hikes. Wow.
Thank you, baby. It's good to be here.
You were like, can I update that? I was like,
It's all right.
I was like,
both titles are
oh.
good, though. Both titles are good.
The funny thing is, when I was reading it, I was like, I feel like this is not your job title.
But it was for a while. So,
Yeah.
and I still do a little bit of that.
That's really great. How did that? I mean, it's been 3 years. How did that come about?
Yeah. So I've been at the ACL for 6 years now.
Yeah.
And so 3 years in, they were like, oh, you're doing a really good job, and you've built all this culture, and you made sure that the organization didn't implode while we're trying to fight fascism and try to save democracy. And so here's a promotion, and so now we want you to run strategy and culture. So it's both the inside and the outside of the organization. So it's a big-ass job, but I'm like, number 2.
And yet, still, I see you having parties and having so much fun all the damn time.
Balance, which you should appreciate as a
I
leader.
do appreciate balance. I'm like, good Lord.
I mean,
when do you get to work?
Everybody says that, baby. I work, but you need the balance. Like, you're fighting fascism and authoritarianism all the time. You
Maybe
gotta
you need to go
shake some ass and pop a pussy on a headstand. Like, you gotta do that.
I often say you need to shake some ass and pop pussy on a handstand.
You actually do often
quite
say
often.
that.
You're
always
actually
say-
quoting me.
I am.
As we're talking right now.
It felt appropriate
Every once in a
Yeah.
while. But so when I first met you, your title was we were in Philadelphia.
Yes. Executive Director of the Office of LGBT Affairs.
Yeah, and so that was in the government. And, like,
Yes, the government, the city government, city of
government,
Philadelphia.
yeah,
In the
yeah.
mayor's office.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what brought you from that to the ACLU?
Child, they called me and was like, want to come get a job? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Philadelphia was wearing my ass out.
They saw that flag. They said, "What you doing with that flag right there?
What you got going on
What's
there?
that flag, real quick?" I love that flag.
It was definitely the flag. Everybody talks about the flag, and we should probably talk about the flag
yeah,
too.
well.
Because I think it is relevant even in this context, even though it's been 6 years, maybe 5 years now. But we also did so much policy. We did a lot of policy for trans folks, specifically trans folks who were incarcerated. We did anti-discrimination policy. And so they saw that work too, and specifically around like some of the work with police. And they were like, bring some of that over here and let's think about that, but let's also talk about how we can build community inside the organization. So, and I'll tell you, like, working in city government was challenging, but the most challenging part was actually like in community. You know how the queers are. Like, we can be tough. And so it was a lot of community infighting and a lot of that got a little bit challenging after a while. So I was like, it's okay to kind of pivot to a different thing at this point.
What do you attribute to the reason why we're so tough? Like, why is it so hard?
It's a big tent. I think that's what it is. When you think about the LGBTQIA plus community, right? There's so many of us, so many vast experiences, and we're across so many lines of difference. And I think that when you have a big tent like that, honestly, you can look at like maybe even like the Democratic Party also as a parallel. When you look at a big tent like that, it is hard to find consensus. It's hard to find alignment. It's hard to find agreement. And I think that's why we war with one another. And we can think about this as like Black folks, like even in the Black community, there's so much diversity there. And child, we tussle. We really do. But there is still some like unifying We all had the same mama growing up somehow, right?
In
we all
some way,
somehow.
Same grandmama.
The same grandmama. We have those kind of like unifying factors.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case with the LGBTQIA experience. So I think we just struggle with finding something that really unites us. And then when you think about class differences and race differences, like, child, it's tough. And so the thing we have in common is how we love and sometimes how we identify. And even that is a challenge, because let's not talk about how the cis gay folks can be around trans and non-binary issues. I know you know.
Yes.
So I don't know. That's my hot take. But
I
feel free
often
to
think
disagree.
that also it's hard to know who you can trust.
For sure, which
know.
is connected, right?
Yeah. How do I know that this person who says that they're for me is really for me?
Because we're your values, right?
Especially when it comes to like the Democratic Party or anyone who's representing us as liberal people.
1000%.
Like, how can we know that? Not necessarily you. I mean, the proof is in the pudding with you, but like everyone you're working with is going to actually be there for us now that you're gone. Like we're in Philadelphia and you're not there anymore.
That's right.
And like how is this going to be sustainable after you leave?
Right.
And how has it been sustained since you've been gone?
That's a tough question. I don't want to be political about it, but I moved to New York and I have kept tabs here and there on the office, but I haven't been watching as closely. I think it's important for folks, once they leave a position, to let successors build the work however they want to build it. And I did a very specific thing at a very specific time. Philadelphia the LGBTQ community was in absolute crisis around racial tensions and I won't even say racism, like blatant racism, and it's still there. But we were in real tension, and there needed to be kind of like an overhaul, and you needed an activist that was going to move the community through that time. And we weathered that storm, and I think you needed something else, a different kind of leader that came in after that, and that's what they got, and they've had a few leaders since. I think Philadelphia in general has a little bit of a leadership crisis, if I'm being really honest. Outside of the LGBTQ. I'll say that, without pointing to any leaders, but I think that there's a little bit of a leadership vacuum in that city that needs to be sorted out. But to your point, just to go back to your point about how do you trust folks, like I think that's also this like that's just the case with politicians in general. Like
But
you're
you're
in
not a
politics.
politician.
That's exactly right. That helps.
And that's kind of one of my things for the reason why I fell in love with you when like the second I met you and the second I just realized who you were is that this person is just doing the work because the work needs to get done.
That's it. And then once the job was done,
and you're like, and someone else will say, "Hey, we got some work for you." And said, "All right,
all right, I'm
we're
gonna go do that
some more work." I love that.
That's it.
And, are you enjoying your time here?
Enjoying my time. You mean in New York City or like at the ACLU?
Sure. I know I don't like New York City, so I've said it before.
What is this controversial take?
I don't
not
like
to
the city.
love?
It's just too much going on.
Remind me where you were from.
Houston, Texas.
Girl, that's a city. That's a real city.
I didn't say I didn't like a big city. I said I don't like this
city.
There's just too much going on.
But
I'm from Houston, and in Houston, it's huge. Houston is 60 miles by 40 miles, just the city.
Good God.
So you think about Houston being 60 miles by 40 miles.
Yeah.
And the amount of people still doesn't amount to as many people are in New York City.
You have an urban sprawl.
We are able to like have neighbors and hey, how you doing over there?
Over there.
We walk down the street. There's plenty of room.
Yeah. Do y'all even walk down the
today,
street?
the amount of people I almost whooped ass today. I almost beat some ass today.
It's too much.
I was in CBS today, and I was walking down the aisle, and this guy walked, and then he just sort of like just started going out. He didn't wait to get out of his aisle.
Cut you off?
He just like, and I just stopped, and he just like stopped. He didn't say excuse me. I also didn't say excuse me. And then he just like kept going, and then for some reason I was like looking for what I was looking for, and I like my gaze followed where he was going, and he turned around like was we about to do something. And my gaze continued on because I was actually looking for something. But then I realized, am I about to whoop somebody's ass right now?
Do we have a problem?
Like, and he was like this tall.
China's
like all I
always
had to
the
do
one.
was Donkey Kong punch that motherfucker, and it'd been over. But that's
Lights out, bitch.
that is what it is. But for that reason, I don't like New York because I am a person who did a lot of therapy for my anger management.
I know the type.
And because I've done all the work, I realized that one part of the work is don't get triggered.
That's right.
Like stay away from your triggers.
That's exactly
It's the same thing when you're because I'm in recovery. I'm not in recovery. I'm sober.
But you're sober, yeah.
I'm sober. Don't be around the drugs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't want to do the
trigger
drugs.
yourself, right.
Don't get
be
around the
them.
drugs.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, well, you should be able to deal with your triggers. Yes, I can deal with my triggers when they come, as small amounts. But in New York, I'm triggered every fucking time.
All the time.
And I'm just riled up and I feel like beating people's ass all damn long. So I either got to beat some ass or beat some ass, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly
And so I
what
just
you
choose
mean.
the latter. But back to my question.
Because we're going to take a whole kink dive in like 3 minutes into the conversation.
We'll get there, honey.
I imagine that we will.
How are you enjoying yourself here at the ACLU in New York City?
Fair enough. So this is going to be a time, child. It's going to be such a time. I will say, people ask me all the time if I like my job, if I'm enjoying my job. And it's hard to enjoy your job right now during this time in the country and the world's history, but I'm glad to be doing this job, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And I actually like New York City because I do that balance. I deal with authoritarianism all day, and then at night, we shake some ass and have a good time around queer community. And I have to have that balance. I will tell you, though, I haven't talked to anybody about this except for my person. I had a situation in last week where I had a hate crime that happened to me. Child, it was wild. So I actually just shaved my face. You saw me the other week, and I still had facial hair. I had a beard. Child, I was in and standing in the checkout line, and this dude, I was looking at this dude. He looked like a chubby Tyler the Creator. Like he looked like Tyler the Creator, like a little chubby. And I was looking at him. I was like, "Is that Tyler?" It's randomly an 8. And it was a 3-second interaction. Just looked at him real quick. When I say he shot through the roof out of nowhere, started calling me all kinds of slurs and telling me that I take it in the ass, telling me that my dad must be so embarrassed of me, read me as a gay man, and then got in my face. And we're broad daylight. I'm surrounded by people. It happened so fast that I didn't even realize what was happening. He hit me in the face. Yeah, hit me right in the face. People were in the checkout line. These white women were on either side, and they were like, whoa, what's going on? He starts cussing them. Bitch, I'll beat your ass. I'll fuck you up right here. Clearing out but continuously yelling at me with homophobic slurs. And I'm sitting there, Saf, and I'm like, oh my God, it happened so quickly that I'm like, number one, I'm being read as a gay man. I'm often read as a gay man when I have facial hair. But I'm like, I'm now being the victim of homophobia, which is exactly also what you were likely experiencing as well, homophobia or transphobia, something of the sort. And I'm like, this is now unsafe just to be standing here in broad daylight and people feel so emboldened, right? Homophobia has always been there, but people feel so emboldened to be able to assault queer people or visibly queer people. This is a scary ass time.
And my real question is, would that person have done that if we weren't in this time right now?
That's what I'm wondering.
Or would they have done it regardless? You know what I mean?
Exactly. He was clearly unwell. Let's be clear about that,
this person
right?
is clearly unwell. And so the question is would that have happened either way?
I thought the same thing.
And then my real question is, so there was these people who engaged and tried to make sure that this didn't happen, which is, for New York City, that's something.
It's something. I was surprised. I was surprised.
Yeah. But I'm troubled. I don't think that this person had. It's often that I often forget that I'm queer.
What do you mean?
I just forget that I'm queer.
Yeah.
That's a thing to be. That people are gonna do something about.
I hear you.
Feel
some type of way about.
Opposed to.
That was the wildest thing. I ain't doing nothing.
I don't know you
at all.
But I'm also 6 feet tall and 250 pounds.
Correct. You really want to do this? This is wild, bro.
I was you don't want this problem.
Promise.
You do not want this problem.
You don't want this stiletto in your ass.
I wasn't wearing. I had my big old coat my big old red coat. That's what I was wearing. And when this guy passed me, and he was this tall, and I just remember when he turned around, I was like. I already saw myself punching him in the face. He
You,
didn't
like,
even
flash-
do nothing to
you
me.
flash forward.
I was like, all right, well, here it goes.
Here it is. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop,
Mollywop
like-
his ass.
And I enjoy it.
That's the thing. That's the
thing is people don't
You're gonna
realize-
get the right one on the wrong day or the wrong one on the right,
Right,
whatever it is.
However you feel about it at the end of it. But at the end of it, that ass is going to get
Period.
eaten.
Bitch, that's a different thing.
Or is it? Who
You
knows?
know,
And that's
at the end of the day, I think that's what they want. The quickness with which
Exactly.
he went right to like graphic sex detail of what he thought I was doing in the bedroom. I was like, nigga, is you cool? Like, how did you
Are you
go
okay?
there? How did you go there so fast?
Do you need to go get your ass
Child,
dug out?
immediately, I said, you definitely need to be dick down, child. Or have been, I don't know what was going on, but it was so fast.
And see, I feel really bad for those people who have all this trauma.
Oh, yeah, and like
There's
the
a
trauma
lot
or
of-
repressed energy, whatever it is.
There's a lot of homophobia
yes,
from people who were molested as children.
for sure.
And
And there's also just a lot of homophobia from folks who have repressed desires that they can't act out. Those are separate things.
And sometimes
Sometimes they're
there's a
not. I'll
Venn
give you that.
diagram of that.
Okay, I
right
can give you
there,
that.
too.
I can give you that.
There is a
Sometimes,
there is
absolutely.
there's an overlap in that place, and for those people, I feel really bad because I was a child who experienced sexual molestation.
Sorry, babe.
I was a sexual being at 4 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and so like understanding sex, and luckily I'm a Libra, and so I'm a very mental person. And I just go, okay, well, I enjoy myself, so these things aren't the worst things, and then eventually I went to therapy and figured out, okay, well, that happened was not the best, and I didn't like have sex with like adults,
Okay.
like there were
Yeah.
other kids.
Okay.
It was just
Yeah,
other
yeah.
kids doing kid stuff. Unfortunately, the person who exposed some of those kids to this were older, but like I was just exposed to sex at a very young age.
Yeah.
And I am happy that I have the brain that I have and was able to process it in the way that I was. And I do feel that I wish that we in the Black community especially promoted therapy.
Oh my God, I agree so
I wish that in the prison system, there was more therapy for these prisoners.
That's right.
So that even while they're dealing with this traumatic experience in prison,
Being
they're
incarcerated, right?
being incarcerated, like they're working through it. How are you going to rehabilitate a criminal?
Yeah.
Because that's the purpose of incarceration.
Sure.
That's the purpose,
the
quote
stated
unquote
purpose. Sure.
purpose,
Uh-huh.
is rehabilitation. How are you going to rehabilitate them and don't put them in therapy?
Absolutely.
Like, why is that not a part of
How are
the
you
system?
rehabilitating someone that you're putting into captivity and then re-traumatizing them over and over and over again? With exactly, you're right. Like no resources, no real support so that they can actually address the trauma that likely led to them being there in the first place.
Exactly.
But I want to say, like, thank you for sharing that. And also, I'm so sorry that should have never happened to you, but you're such an evolved human being to have taken such a real trauma and then to kind of like process it in the way that you have and to be able to talk about it this way. So thank God for therapy. And yes, more for that for our community.
Yeah, I feel like if we are able to deal with those things, then they don't trigger us as much.
Correct.
Once we're out
Right.
in the world. I do have this sort of, the word is, I do get a little miffed when I see people who are just intolerant for the sake of being intolerant. And then I realize, well, they're not as blessed as you are. If they were as blessed as you were, then maybe they would have dealt with this already.
Right.
And so I have to give them a little grace.
You're so gracious.
It's
That's exactly what
better
I
for
say.
me
You're so
because, like I
gracious.
said, I will whoop that ass. And
Because the other side is I'll punch you in the fucking throat.
I will. And I get really, like, I'm glad that I've gone to therapy and I've dealt with my anger issues. But the thing about it is my dad's a trainer for the UFC. I like to fight.
Oh, that's real. And you
I used
probably
to get in
can't-
fights
you
in
can
school.
fight.
I got picked on a lot for
Yeah.
being skinny and cute. And I wasn't very, very gay or homo, like I wasn't very femme or
you was
any
just-
of
you
that
was just
stuff.
pretty.
I was just very pretty and very, I just was like popular. I hung out with the girls.
Yeah.
I hung out with my best friend. My bthe most most popular kid in school. And like people were mad about it.
Damn.
And they didn't know who I was. And I came to school and first day I'm best friends with the most popular kid in school, and people got mad about it, and I always
And you had to tussle.
tussle.
So did you
First, he
fight?
would tussle for me.
Oh, so that's nice.
Because he would be like, no, you leave my friend alone. I remember one time we were in elementary school, and Ronald literally picked up Kobe, body slammed him.
Oh,
And we stood in line, and Kobe's on the ground. They're like, what happened? And we're like,
Kobe don't know, bitch.
"Oh,
His lights
no.
out.
I don't know what happened to Kobe.
But sometimes that's what you have to do to a bully. Just lay his ass out, let everybody else know, and then we don't have no problems moving forward.
I mean, sometimes you lay one person out there like, oh, you laid them out because they not me. I'm going to show you how
shot-
it is. And then I got to lay
line
you
them
out.
up,
Now I
line
got to
them
lay
up.
you
Bop, bop,
out. And I got to lay you out. It's okay because at the end of the day, I was the one standing
How long did you tussle? Like up to what grade, or all the way through?
until I got to high school.
Damn. And you stopped tussling in high school.
Well, I went to performing arts high school. Who we fighting?
You're right about that.
Who we fighting in
You right
performing
about
arts
that.
high school? Every once in a while, someone would give me a little attitude. And then that's when I learned to tussle with these words.
Ah, and honey, you can do that.
Honey,
You can
that's
do
when I
that.
learned to tell somebody that she looked like Wendy Williams before Wendy Williams even existed, honey.
No,
Bitch, I
the
said you
jugular.
look like the letter P. How dare you talk to me like
Not
that?
the fucking. You're
Dare you.
savage.
Leave me alone.
You be saying shit, they just walk away and they never forget that. Waking up at 36, like, damn, the letter P. Shit. Do I still look like the letter P?
Do I still like the letter P? Do I look like an upside down triangle? That's crazy.
But Saf said that in 11th grade, so maybe I do. See, this is why I thought you had some Scorpio in you, because that's some Scorpio shit right there.
Well, that's the Aries and the Taurus.
I
honey.
guess so.
Yeah.
It gets together and you
So
get that sting.
I'm a Libra sun,
Uh-huh.
Taurus moon, Aries rising.
Okay, that checks out too. The Libra still throws me off though.
You know, the Libra is the reason why people still like me.
You know what? You are so right. Because those other ones, yeah, you're right. You're
Those
right.
other two will get you together. But the Libra is the
Mercilessly.
thing that's like
Yeah. Okay, that's good. You need
It's the
again,
balance between the earth-
It's the balance.
the earth and the fire, and ain't no water in here, so I don't have any feelings. So I guarantee you piss me off, I'm gonna
It's
get
yeah.
you good
Uh-huh.
and walk the fuck away and forget I even did it.
And just leave you sitting there with your own feelings.
I will
Yeah.
forget I did it too.
Do you really?
I sure will. I'll forget.
That's scary.
I'm
That's
like, hey, what's
dangerous.
up?
No.
You're like,
You're
what
like,
happened?
You decimated me the last time we saw. You're like, oh, I know.
Oh, did.
No way.
I guess you know better next time, huh?
Does this happen with friends too?
No.
Okay, all right.
With my
so you can
friends-
turn it off.
So with my friends, I give them a lot of grace.
Okay.
My friends get a lot of grace. If you're not my friend, fuck you. If you are my friend, you get more grace than anyone
Are
in
you
the world.
certain you're not a Scorpio? Are you like completely, absolutely certain?
I love Scorpios.
Well,
I'll tell you one
we love
thing.
you.
Some of my favorite.
No, the rest of that
Oh
sentence.
my God.
You're welcome on behalf of the Scorpio community.
My God.
Everyone, in fact, everyone is welcome on behalf of the Scorpio
Scorpio,
community.
I would. But the thing about it, every Scorpio is they thought that they were the one, and then they met me,
Oh.
and they go,
Is that how that goes?
Oh.
Is that how that goes?
well, this is something else.
That's
I was
nice too, though. That's
Libra is the
nice.
one. Is that one that no one's? You said no one's checking for a
Nobody
Libra.
is checking for a Libra.
No one's checking for a Libra.
No
But
shade to y'all.
however, we throw it down
Is that right?
so fiercely,
y'all turn it out?
baby,
I really wouldn't know.
baby. Well, you know, the night is still young.
You are such a fool. Let me find out, Sam.
Okay.
Let me find out. All
Okay,
right,
I have a
all right,
question.
all right,
Okay.
all right.
So you were born in Japan,
Indeed, I was. That's right, Okinawa.
and your mother was a renowned pillar of the world of university student affairs.
That's right. Yes, yeah. She
What is it like moving all over the world as a military child?
Oh my God. So I moved around. So it's interesting. I moved around a lot, but a little bit of it was military, but most of it was when my parents got divorced.
Okay.
And so that, like, I don't want to do too much around like trauma stuff, but there was some violence when I was growing up, and my mom actually left my dad, and we had to be in hiding for a little while.
All right.
And so we were moving around for that reason. But
Yeah.
I was born in Japan, and we lived in like Hawaii and Turkey and all over the damn place. And I think what's been really interesting about being a military kid in that way and then moving around after my parents' divorce is that I kind of hate that I can't say that I was like born and raised in one place, or that I have these friends that I've known since I was 5. You know, people like have that experience, like, oh, we've been friends since kindergarten. Like I don't have that. But one thing that's been really helpful is that like I know how to make friends pretty easily. Like I can connect with folks, all kinds of different people because I had to. And I'm like relatively comfortable in uncomfortable circumstances because I had to be. So that has been something that's good that's come out of it, but it was hard not having like roots. For instance, people will ask me like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, bitch, I don't know." It's like, and I'll pick. I claim Atlanta because it's a place I spent the longest,
The most time,
and it
yeah.
was like my formative years were spent there. I graduated from high school there, like that's what I picked. But I lived in like 10 places before I graduated from high
What
school.
are all
So
these
it's
places?
like there are
We
a
went
lot
to
of- there are a lot
Japan?
of- Japan is one of them, and Atlanta and Delaware, and yeah, Hawaii and Turkey, and we spent some time in Florida. Yeah, child, there's like a lot. It's like a lot. It's a lot.
Traveled, honey.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
passport is stomped.
When I was a young person, well, no, it's still stamped now too.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to keep a passport on you because these times, you never know when you got to get the fuck up out of here.
If they let you, honey.
Because they need to pick a
said,
struggle.
"We
Which
gonna stop
is it?
the flights."
Which is it? Which is it? Do y'all want us out or you want us in? Just let me know because I can't figure it out.
Honey, they said, no, y'all about to get put back to work. So
Child, you know I'm
don't you worry.
I'm
I'd be
concerned. They not gonna
let
get
me tell
me."
you something. I can't pick up no bales of hay.
My wrists are broken. I just can't do it.
I can be on stage. Now, if it comes to shucking the job, and I tell you one thing, I
Sign
can
you up for the
do
shuck
it.
in the job. You are sick. Do you have a list of like where you're going if we got to get out of here?
Where am I
Where
going?
you're fleeing? Yes, if we have to go, not to get all dark.
Everywhere I want to go is just full of white folk.
Oh my God, we gotta really talk about that.
I mean, my sister-in-law is from South Africa.
Okay,
so
South
I could
Africa's on my
probably
list.
think about going to South Africa.
Thinking like Joburg, Cape Town.
I think they're from Cape Town or Joburg, one of those two.
That's good for the gays too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I was thinking about Germany.
Oh yeah. Germany's at Berlin.
Yeah.
Cousin.
Not really. I'm not. So the funny thing is, as much of a sexual being as I am, I'm not that much of a freak. Like I'm not.
Okay, all right.
Like when
but you
we're
talk
in-
a big game.
Oh, I dick down. I don't talk a big game. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Nice. With a fucking straight face.
I
I'm
have
so
only
sick of
had 3 or 4 people who could say it wasn't it, and I also agree that it wasn't it.
It wasn't my best night. Come back.
wasn't my
though,
best
and
night.
You know what? We've all had those nights.
Muhammad Ali lost a couple of fights too. Look, but still the greatest. You know what I mean?
He was slinging something other than dick. But you know what? Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know nothing about that, but I'll tell you one thing. I dick down.
Shit. Oh my
I
God.
dick down.
I heard
The
you the
end.
first 3 times.
This is for the audience, just in case anybody was wondering.
Do you want to say it to the game?
I dick down. Okay, so
Sam, I'm done. How did we get there, by the way? I don't Berlin?
remember. Oh, because we were talking about Berlin.
Yes,
so maybe going to
Kinky.
Berlin. My assistant actually lived in Finland for a while.
Oh.
And actually
I didn't know Finland was on anybody's list, but that's good. Okay.
Well, it's
what do they speak over there?
Finnish.
No, that's who they are.
They speak Finnish.
Is that really true?
Yes, it's a language.
Well, learn something new every
She
day.
speaks Finnish, so I'm pretty sure they speak Finnish.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do they speak in Finland? Who knows?
That's who they are. I didn't know if that's also what they speak.
Yeah. So, and then also, I really, really, really think maybe Thailand.
Oh yeah, no, Thailand's definitely got to be on the list. That's
Thailand.
good. Okay.
Thailand's on the list. They have a lot of they have a lot of us.
Us, yeah, they do.
We're just there,
And
and they love us.
it's
again,
like relatively cheap.
I dick down. Okay, so
I'm glad. I hope that's the name of the episode. Really, I'd love to be associated with that in any way.
ID down. Yes. You've been open about your self-identity journey. When did you first realize your identity didn't fit into the conventional boxes around you? And what did that moment feel like?
When did I realize that there's so many things that are happening here. So like, which identity are we talking about? Like the queer one or the trans one?
How do you identify? How about that?
That's a good place. That's a good place to start. As a Black, queer, non-binary person, and
Yes,
like
that's- yeah,
non-binary
that's
being,
what I
you know,
said,
under
yeah.
the trans umbrella. The non-binary identity is like the most recent.
Yes, I know.
You've been.
Would you
you've
say
been here.
non-binary trans mask or like how?
Not trans mass, but like non-binary and trans. I think other people read me as trans mass.
Well, the reason I asked about the trans mask is because of the non-binary trans maskedness of you.
That's fair. It's there. That's there. That's
know what
there.
I mean?
Yes. You know what?
Is there another word for that?
That feels like.
And this goes into the conversation that I really hate about
Mm.
non-binary. 'Cause people they see non-binary and they want to still put you in a box.
Still, they
How
absolutely
do I
do.
really define who you are
And
as
you
a
get
non-binary
so frustrated when you're
person?
like, it's just, baby, it's all the things.
Yeah.
They're so frustrated that they can't put it in a particular box.
Because we're both non-binary.
I know this.
And people can go, wait, you're both non-binary, but you're not the same. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fit into a binary for you?
So it's your boxes that might need a little
Little.
stretching out. And if you need a stretching out, I'll
You-
tell you one thing.
You dig down. You could do that.
I didn't say anything about stretching people out. I just said digging them down.
You know what, Sam? You're right. My bad.
I'm
my
not
bad.
making any claims about stretching. I'm just making claims about digging, okay?
I took a leap there. My
a
apologies.
leap of faith. And sometimes faith is will send you down a very, very sharp
I appreciate the correction.
hill. I don't know.
Cliff,
There we go.
I got you.
Clifford, the big red dog.
This has taken such a turn.
Who
so
knows?
quickly. Maybe it was always supposed to end up here.
Taking a turn. We never even started. How is it taking a turn? Okay.
Identity.
But yeah, your identity.
Yeah. So,
So how did we come to the? How about we start at the? I mean, you've been queer for like.
for child since Jesus was out here.
since,
yeah.
you know.
It's been a long time.
How did we come to the non-binary?
The non-binariness. So there's always been like an androgynous thing that's been happening here since jump. You know, the funny thing about going by AJ, which is, I guess I've been going by AJ for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But I used to go by AJ as a young person
Ah.
when I was playing sports. Like AJ is my first and middle initials. And, you know, it's like one of these like, you know, little dykey, sporty kind of kids. And then when I went to college, I was like, AJ is that's such a kiddie name. Like, I'm going to go by Amber now. And that felt like very adult to me. But it's always interesting how we come back to ourselves eventually. But so AJ was just like a return to who I was then. But I feel like I have always held all of these identities within me for a long time. And I just had a whole career and a whole life under one name. And as much as I wanted to shift that and live more authentically into who I had always felt like I was, it just didn't feel like there was space for it.
Yeah.
I didn't really, as I got older and older, I was just like, I just don't know how this fits into the career that I have or the way that I move in public space. And it felt, even though this is the work that I literally do for a living, it just felt like I didn't know how I could make that jump. It's something about turning 40. Like, honestly, there was just something about...
You're 40?
I'm 42. I'm grown, baby. Oh, yes, I do. You know what? Grown people do that for me, too. I like
Who
grown.
knew that?
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you, dear. Thank
You
dear.
know, the wonderful thing is like, I don't understand how I'm not 40, but
You're 32?
I'm 37.
Oh, baby.
I'm on my way to 40. Closer to 40 than I am to 30.
Oh, honey, I know how that
You know?
goes. We welcome you when you get here.
I don't understand how we, as people who are in our late 30s and 40s and early 40s or 40s in general, and even 50s, my mom looks amazing. She's an age that I don't know if she's comfortable with me saying, but she's like an age that
She's a girl.
I've seen when we were younger and we met people who were 40.
Yes. It was like...
I was like, damn, you about to die tomorrow? What's going on? And
it looks really different.
It looks
and
so
doesn't
different.
Look that way anymore.
and now we're 40 and we're like, baby. People are like, you're not 23 years old?
All the time.
No.
Drinking my damn water and minding my business.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It
baby.
really gets
And
you.
the melanin does help. It helps a
The
lot.
melanin helps a lot.
But this is why I have no problem with aging, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you look okay. You take care of yourself. You look all right. I'm fine with
Do
aging.
you juice?
I don't juice. I drink a protein shake, but I don't juice. Should I be juicing?
Yeah.
Tell me about. I don't know shit about
Maybe
juicing.
the juice can to mitochondria and it gets you.
Is it to do the cleansing?
It cleanses your body. It cleanses different parts of your bloodstream, depending on what juice you get.
Right.
They have like juices that are like Botox. They like tighten your skin. They have juices that will clear your, because a lot of it has to do with gut health.
Yeah.
Like even your skin has to do with gut health. And so like if you like get the right juices, get the right blends, do the right juices all the time, you could prevent bloating.
Okay.
You can prevent aging that much. Like people be like, how old are you? I'm 56 years old. Bitch, you still look 27. I don't understand.
And
You
it's
know
not
what I mean?
just at the Botox, it's the juicing.
Yeah, I mean, my mom juices, and let's just say, even since I was young, people thought that she and I were dating.
Oh, I saw your mom at the Drag Race finale, and I thought for sure that was your sister.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
Also, honey, great energy, just amazing. My God, that woman's full of life.
Oh, and well, now that my dad is dead, she's even more full of life.
That's
I mean,
how it
love
goes.
my dad.
That's
I
how it goes.
really do love my dad, but he was draining that woman.
Men be doing that though.
Yeah.
Really though.
Yeah.
Women just like shake off that weight, honey, and they are like free as a bird.
She
love that
came
bird.
to one of my shows recently, and this is the beginning of the tour. I was on the Hocus Pocus tour last year.
Yeah.
And she came to the show, and I remember everyone was like, I thought she was like the boss. Like she just looked so good. She was just like standing there, and I thought she was running the place.
Honey, she
And
was
then
in
I was
this
like, "This is my
pantsuit.
mom."
Oh,
she wasn't in a pantsuit.
She was in a
just like-
pantsuit at the finale. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
God damn. Oh my God. But
Yeah.
she has a presence, like she is running shit.
She does have a presence, like she's running shit, and all the while she's like, "Where do I go?"
I know those bosses.
She's
I know
like-
those bosses very well.
She's like, "Baby, what do you want me to do?" Like, Mom,
Just stand there and
go
look
sit down
pretty.
over there. I gotta go get ready. I love that lady so much. But
She's a sweetheart.
so as a queer and trans, nope.
Yeah, no, trans is good. It's just not trans mask. It's not how I necessarily identify, but people do see me that way. But
Yeah.
like, I
So
still
how do you?
realize trans.
How does that feel when you don't identify as a thing that people see you as?
Yeah, well, I mean, you could tell me too.
I don't know that I don't identify as a thing that people see me as.
Is that right? Do you? Is your umbrella just? I don't mean to throw the question back, but like your umbrella is just a very big umbrella. I
Yeah.
feel like people put so many things on you,
And I like things
and you're like
on
all
me.
the things.
I love them.
I like things on me.
Come on, sit on it. The point is, like, I like it when people, like, I realize, and I say this all the time, I don't have to look at me. I look in
Right.
the mirror and I say, do you like it? And I ask someone who's helping me, I'll ask Jace, hey, do you like what I look like? And he goes, yeah. Okay, cool.
Bet.
Because if you, who has a high standard
Yeah.
of what things look like, likes this, cool. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to look at it.
I think that all the time. But do you also just always like it? Do you know what I mean?
Most of the time,
Because if it doesn't matter to you, you're probably like, it always looks good.
sometimes I don't like it.
Okay.
And then I
But if
realize
somebody else likes it, then that's okay, even if you
that
don't like
everyone
it.
doesn't have my standard.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know exactly.
And
what
it's
you mean.
okay because my standard is sometimes unachievable. And people, I was like, people liked what I looked like 10 years ago.
I mean, you look phenomenal 10 years ago.
I did.
You look exceptional now.
Exactly.
Clap.
If you liked it then, and
you gotta
and
love
this
it.
is not even that,
Right.
this is better than that, it's still great.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
it's
I mean?
exceptional. It's exceptional.
So my question to you is like, how does that feel when you're like, this person, you see me this way.
Yeah.
It's not how I identify. Case in point, when I was younger in drag, I would sleep with straight men. Not just younger, but like, I would do it. I would be like, yo, I'm non-binary.
Yeah.
And they'd be, what is that?
What's that? Right.
And I'd be like, just suck my dick. Don't worry about it. Why are you asking me these questions? Do you think I'm pretty? Yes.
Then
Good.
just
Then
do
let's do the thing. Why are we talking about
I may take that. I may use that.
Like, this is not a class.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not
right. We don't have
teaching.
to-
I'm not Google. Look that shit up.
Just right later after you.
After
dick.
you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. No, that's a good call. That's
Like-
good. That's good advice.
And
Just in general.
Even, and once people realize, oh, this really isn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
You know, RuPaul always says we're all born naked and the rest is drag.
Right. That's right.
And that statement means so much because if you just realize, think whatever you want to think, just do the thing.
Just suck
I'm
the
not going to
dick.
say it again.
I got you.
Just do the thing. You came over here to do a job.
Just do the
now
job.
do the job.
And you can Google afterwards.
And you can Google afterwards. I'm
I
not a
truly do.
professor.
I truly do feel this idea of like what people think of me is actually none of my business.
Exactly,
And I
yes.
think this idea of being non-binary, like people put so many different identities on me, and I only answer because you asked, but it doesn't bother me. I will go through the world, and I talk to my person about it all the time, like I am read a different way depending on the day, the time of day. I will get in one sentence, somebody will call me all of the pronouns, and they're not being disrespectful. They really just don't know what's going on.
So they just throw them all
They
out.
throw them all
They're just
out
like,
in the same sentence.
she, they, it's,
1000%.
happens, Caesar.
And then truly, like the most respectful ones will just be like, you're very pretty, you're very handsome, you're very attractive. You know what? You look good. And
You
I'm
look
like,
good.
I'm like, thank you. Can
You
I
look
just
good,
get the
kid.
menu, please? I just want the fucking burger. So, and I'm not offended. I mean, when people are not trying to be like, they're not trying to be
You
disrespectful.
got them shook at the Burger King.
Shook it. And so it's fine. It actually doesn't bother me as long as you're not being disrespectful. Yeah. Because like part of the non-binary identity is that it's actually all of those things. It's all those pronouns that you just threw out. It's
And
all of
not.
those identity and not. And so I'm actually not offended. And so when I explain it to folks who were just trying to figure it out, I'm like, you know what? The whole point is that you kind of don't know.
Yeah.
It's all of those things. And I know that that's confusing for you, but it also helps me. Like, I'm not offended by really any of it. Just don't be a dick.
Exactly. Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. It's fine.
And I feel like sometimes people can't understand that.
That's right. that's a different.
They get so confused and they get so caught up in needing to know this one thing about you.
Absolutely.
That they're like, I've got to say it in the most disrespectful way possible.
Absolutely.
So I can really get this answer. And it's like, when has ever in the history of the world
Has that worked?
you, being the most disrespectful person in the world, gotten
you what you wanted? When? Tell me when. It doesn't work. It
never works.
No.
Speaking of getting what you want, you
That segue. Where are we going?
you were pivotal in bringing to fruition the More Color, More Pride flag.
Yeah, the flag. Yeah.
In a city that we both have a connection to, Philadelphia.
We love our dear Philadelphia.
I do love Philadelphia. That's the thing. I used to
Philly
live in
down.
New York, just so you know. Like, it's not
right.
that I hate New York, just like, I hate that place.
How long did you live here?
7 months, honey. I had to get out. I had to go.
Okay, so that's okay.
I lived from November until like May, and
That's
then
like
I
the
moved.
hardest time to be
And
in.
then I moved to Provincetown again. Met my ex-fiance. Moved to Philly. He was like, "You could either pay all that rent in Brooklyn, or you can move in with me in Philly." And I
that's
was
how that
like,
goes.
"Well, there's a lot of things I like in Philly, I guess. Free rent. I mean, not free rent, but very, very
Free when you compare it to Brooklyn, yeah.
baby, honey." Now, can you tell us a little bit more about how this project came into fruition and why you think it was important for this movement to be championed by a queer Black individual?
Oh yeah. So the More Color, More Pride flag. When was that? 2017.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, we were both in Philadelphia at that time.
You know
right?
that,
Or
but
was this-
you know that video of me
Yes.
in the pink
Yes,
thing?
yes.
That was that year.
Get out.
Same year, yeah.
Oh wow.
2017.
Iconic. Oh my God.
We
what a
both
year.
did iconic things that year.
So it
yes, you're right.
So it turns out.
It is the same.
Yo. Okay, let me try to tell this as like tight as possible. Don't do it. As soon as I was like, no, bring it back.
I love it tight as possible. Okay, there we go. I said it.
You had to do it. Somebody had to do
You
it.
know.
I set you up pretty nicely there, actually. So 2017, Trump had just been elected.
Yeah.
I know, the first time.
The first time.
The mayor called. I was actually in LA. The mayor called and asked me to come back to Philadelphia to run the Office of LGBT Affairs, and we were having all these conversations about racism within the LGBTQ community.
This was Mayor
Kenny.
Kenny, yeah.
Kenny, so before this current mayor that we have. And there were all these, that's a different conversation. There were all these issues. There had just been that video that leaked with the eye candy bar owner saying
Oh,
the
the N-word.
So this was like a bar owner who was caught on tape
Yeah.
saying the N-word over and over about black patrons. But there were all of these different instances of racism. Like Woody's had got caught with the racist dress code that was definitely targeted. It was anti-black as hell.
Mm-hmm.
There was no real black like representation and leadership in the LGBT organizations in the city. Like it was a mess. And Philadelphia, people need to understand this, is a black city. It's not
Black.
like a POC city. It was at the time 44% black. That's black as hell. That's like
And
2-3
34
times blacker than New York City.
and 34% white.
yes,
So
exactly.
it's not just 44% to
No,
like
child.
50 something percent. It was 44% to 34% white.
Correct.
And then the rest was made of,
all the other folks, everybody else.
The rest of them.
Everybody else. But it was a black city. So to have no representation, to have this kind of blatant anti-blackness happening, specifically in the LGBT community, was a crisis. And so he came back, and there were protests, there were demonstrations, so many groups that were doing this, a lot of writing going on about it. So he came back and he was like, we have all this unrest. Yeah. We need an activist to sort this out. Can you solve racism? I guess was it.
Can you? They said, AJ Hikes.
Yeah,
Can you fix this? Like
You
this little
sort out
black
white
thing going
supremacy,
on here,
right.
this white supremacy thing going
mess.
here.
It was a mess.
What are you gonna do about?
Oh my God!
Was that his name?
That was his name. No.
What's his
How
husband?
the hell did you remember that?
It's
God.
I love that name. It's a
It's a
great
good
name.
but
He was just a piece of shit
he was a
person.
piece of shit person.
And I stand by that, sir. You're still a piece of
he
shit.
was a racist.
Yeah.
A fucking racist. So anyway, so it came and we did a lot of things. I said before, anti-discrimination legislation. We did continue with the boycotts. We did town halls. We did all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted like a symbol that really helped us kind of really mark the moment. And we picked a flag because queers love flags. Everybody's got a damn flag.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears have a flag. The Dice got a flag. The Bi folks have a flag. Like everybody's got a
love
flag.
flags.
We love a flag.
Mm-hmm.
And we did something simple. We added black and brown stripes, like to represent like black and brown folks, and to lift up the voices that are often whitewashed in the community. Now, what happened was I thought it was just a simple move. We're going to add a flag to our cadre of flags. And we raised it at City Hall during Pride Month on a Thursday. We are family, Queens, Sparkle, all of that. And by Friday, it went completely viral. Like,
Yeah.
It was instant. It went viral. And I'll tell you honestly, completely unprepared for that.
Yeah.
It was a Philadelphia, it was just a Philadelphia like action. It was just for our town.
Yeah.
And it went completely viral. And some of the feedback was positive. And people were like, thank you, we needed this, we feel so seen. But there was a lot of it that was really, really negative. And as you know, I got death threats, we got hate mail, the mayor got that. And it started a really significant conversation in the community really for years. But what was really challenging, if I could tell you, that was really surprising to me was how much of that animus and hatred came from within the queer community, like white gays specifically, saying, who the fuck do you think you are? You Black Lives Matter N-word, like, who the fuck do you think you are hijacking our flag like this? That shit was wild.
The crazy part is you added two colors to a flag that had already taken colors out of the flag.
Correct.
There were more colors in that flag.
That's exactly right.
Before.
Yes, he
And
had a
you
10-stripe flag, and then it went down to an 8. Yeah.
So it's like, girl, y'all.
What's it really about?
What really it's
Chad.
about not knowing. What really pisses me off about a lot of this hatred is it's because people don't know their history.
That's right.
And if you knew your history, then you wouldn't be mad about anything, quite
you
frankly.
just shut up.
You just shut up and have a good time.
That's right.
And also, when in the world has someone adding something or making something more inclusive hurt you?
When is it taking something away from you?
Never.
Absolutely.
Never.
You still got your 6-stripe flag, bro. It's still there.
It's still out there.
It's still there.
No one wants to fly it because it's...
Because you're just saying you're a racist at this point. And
Hello.
a transphobe.
Baby, you might as well put the
Confederate
Confederates. Have you seen those?
No, yes, I have.
I've
Yes,
seen
the rainbow Confederate
flags.
I sure
honey.
have. I'm like, you know what? But I'm also from the South, so I'm like, as are you. So I'm like, just show me who you are. I appreciate
I love
that.
it.
I love it.
Honey, I
can
stayed
deal with
in
it.
North Carolina on a retreat. I just like treated myself to a retreat.
I love that.
And,
In North Carolina.
Oh, honey.
Where in North Carolina?
I'm not going to say,
probably
but
best.
because I might go back. in a mountain town in
Ah.
North Carolina.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
I stayed in this little cabin. It wasn't little; it was very large. Actually,
sure it was.
It was actually. I was like, "Oh, this is a lot for a little money."
Okay. You have to send me a little Airbnb
Yeah, I'll send
link.
it to you. But every time I went down almost to the highway, it was this big, huge Confederate flag, and I just remember going, "Yep, I'm in North
Sure
Carolina."
are. They make sure you remember. They make sure you remember.
But it's the funny thing is that they don't remember that they lost.
Well, apparently the South is going to rise again. So
Yeah, okay, sure. Y'all too lazy to rise again. How you gonna rise again? Y'all don't do nothing.
not a goddamn thing. You know, they needed a lot
The
of help
reason
the
you
first
lost
time.
is because you lost all your slaves who were fighting for you.
Exactly. You
So,
needed all this help the first time around.
baby,
so good luck.
you're never gonna rise again. Y'all don't want to work. All these
That's
jobs
the
that you
whole
keep
point.
on blaming.
That's how we got here.
all the jobs that people keep on blaming.
You didn't want that damn job. You still
didn't
don't
want
want
it.
that job.
And honestly, now that the job's available, I don't see nobody
Hey, sure
applying.
as hell don't want. You're gonna pick your own fruits and vegetables.
You gonna go do
you're gonna
that?
do your own landscape. Get the fuck out of here, Chad.
Go somewhere.
Chad's really taking a lot of heat right now.
I don't know Chad, but
Me
I do
neither.
know Billy Bob, and I do know don't know him either. Marvin, I do know Marvin.
Marvin, oh,
honey,
Marvin.
Can get it
I know
together.
Marvin too. Yeah.
We're gonna
Anyway,
play a
that's what
game.
happened with the flag.
We're gonna play a game.
A game.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh
But
my
actually,
God.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I am a drag queen,
Indeed.
if you didn't know,
Oh, I've heard about this.
and I know that you, the ACLU, has a drag defense fund.
That's right.
Now, I know that most recently Texas has passed a ban on drag,
That's right.
which is crazy to me because Texas drag is some of the best drag.
Some of the best.
you know what's
Texas queens are.
Texas queens, Florida queens.
Oh my God.
Florida queens and Texas queens, I would say, are the best drag queens in the world.
I mean, I will give that. Some of the drag that I've seen. I mean, I don't go anywhere else in Florida but Miami. But my God, some of the best drag I've seen in my life has come out of Texas and Florida. It is a travesty to be trying to shut down drag and free expression in the South, frankly.
And it's funny to me because it's not about the drag, because clearly
course not.
there's been drag queens for millennium.
Yeah.
It's
And cross-dressing.
What do you think they are trying to distract us from?
Oh. So any attack on drag, and we say all the time, right? Drag is not a crime, but any attack on drag is an attack on free expression, on freedom of speech, on really like sharing of ideas, right? The attack on drag is, if you think about that Venn diagram, it's deeply connected to the attacks on bodily autonomy, and that goes both for like trans folks' healthcare, but also for like abortion access and reproductive care. So it's an attack on our bodily autonomy, but it's also an attack on free speech, inclusive education, sharing of ideas, right? It's all a part of a fascist framework so that we cannot be free, right? And you attack the most vulnerable human beings. You start with that layer of folks. You make that okay. You make that acceptable. You open those doors so that you can attack folks who do have more protections. And you start with those folks just to destabilize the whole system, right? And so what they're trying to distract us from, right? We always joke kind of like we're all focused on the wrong 1%, right? When you're focused on drag queens or trans folks or non-binary folks, they are distracting us from being focused on billionaires or being focused on corporations or folks who are making our lives harder and making it more difficult for us to be free. So we do this drag defense fund so that we can make sure that venues and performers and LGBTQ spaces broadly are able to operate freely and shine beautifully and be able to continue to express ourselves in the way that we do now, because we know that it's just a gateway, right? It's just a slippery slope into the ways they're going to attack other communities and other people. Yeah. The different thing about this regime is they're attacking all of us at once, and they're not even being quiet about it, right? I will say, because we get kind of bogged down in the losses and the hits that we take, the ACLU alone we fought 50 different cases in 15 states just this year alone. And we've won those cases. And we fought back 21 anti-trans bills in 12 states, again, just this year alone. And so we focus a lot on the losses, but we're winning a lot even in this administration. Yeah. So that's important. And the Drag Defense Fund has helped us do that. So we're obviously not backing down anytime soon, but it's insidious. It's really insidious when you're attacking performers who are practicing an art that's been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah. I wonder what can we do
Yeah.
as just people in the world? What can we do as drag queens, honestly,
Yeah.
In support of, because, one of the easiest things to do is just separate us and, I got to work.
Right.
And this person's got to work.
Right.
So, okay, I can't work in Texas. I'll just move and I'll go somewhere else where I can work.
Yeah.
But that means that then the culture of the state of Texas
That's right.
is lowered.
Of course.
Like
of course.
the quality of culture is lowered.
And then they win, right?
then
Because
they
what they
win.
want to do is shut down drag in this house. So I think there's a few things that queens can do, and then also like the rest of us can do as we are protecting the dolls, because we are very literally protecting the dolls and protecting the queens. So one thing, I want people to just be safe, though I will say that. Like, it's important to be able to stand up and speak about this, and also we're seeing them move from trying to shut down these places to also being able to criminalize the act of drag. And so like you need to be safe. So I just want to say that first and foremost. But what I have really appreciated is when queens from their platform, whether that's on a small stage in a small town or it's on the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, right? Because that's kind of how the Drag Defense Fund started, are using that platform to say, this is what is happening to us, and this is not okay. And especially doing it on a big platform like that is so important, because you have folks, and you know this, you travel all over the world, you have folks in small towns who this is their only kind of connection to this art form and their only connection to queer community. And my thing is, you don't get to enjoy this art form and then go back or engage in ways where you're not showing up for this community. So kind of addressing them in the moment when they're having a good time and they're watching the wigs and the walk and the work and being able to say, yeah, you're having a good time. Understand that we're under attack and you have a responsibility.
Yeah.
So calling folks into their responsibility in this movement, I think, is incredibly crucial, however large the platform is. And then so that's the one thing that the queens can do. And then the other thing is for us to show up. I'll say till I'm blue in the face, because I am an activist, that we have to be calling Congress folks. But honestly, Seth, it's going to get to a point where we just got to get in the fucking streets. Like that's really what it's going to have to be about.
That is my real question, because I see on Instagram all of these like, call your congressperson.
Yeah.
And most recently someone was like, their voicemails are full.
Yeah,
they're not even
picking up the phones.
They're not picking up phones, and they're not their voicemails are full, so they can't even do anything about it. What are we emailing them now,
Right.
or are we going to the
courthouse, to the state house,
and saying, no, you need to hear us now.
Absolutely.
And like, how do you keep these people truly accountable?
Yeah.
Because when I think about someone like Mitch McConnell, can't run again.
That's right.
He can't.
Yeah.
But if he could, he would. Has done nothing for his people since the day he started.
Absolutely.
And I don't understand how I can still have one of the lowest quality of lives in the country, and my representative is at the highest point of the Senate, right? And I continue to vote for this person every single year. How is that happening?
They have nothing to show
Is it
for it.
happening?
Yeah.
Like, what's really happening here? It's my question, and I'm a queen who is a conspiracy enthusiast. I'm not necessarily.
Love that you're proudly claiming that.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do get enthusiastic when I hear them, and I go, "Ooh, that sounds."
I love this identity.
That sounds fun. You know what I mean? And so, my conspiracy theory.
Tell me.
Most of these people aren't voting.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
And the people who are voting on one thing.
Issue. That's right.
And that issue is no blacks or no gays or he don't even realize, how do you vote against your own interest? How do you convince someone to vote against their own interest? And how do you convince somebody that even the people who are actually trying to help them are against them?
That's right. Well, this has been done for a very, 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 very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's whatever Republicans have done specifically with poor whites in the South has been extraordinary, and it's been the case for decades. Having them vote against their own economic interests has been it's worked. It's still working. It's working now in ways that completely astound me. I'm interested in what you think is actually going to turn the tide. What's actually going to snap people awake?
That's what
I feel like it has to be the economic impact, right? When people literally cannot afford their groceries. When we study fascism and the rise of fascism, not just historically but globally, that's what it is. It's the economic turn that wakes people up, and they're like, I literally cannot feed myself. I'm destitute at this point. I don't have anybody else to blame, although they will blame all the marginalized people and for as long as they can. And so they really can't feed themselves. And then they take to the streets. But it takes a long time for folks to get there. Yeah. And so I'm wondering, that's my theory, is that it's an economic impact. What do you think it is that actually is going to wake people up?
I wonder if it is the economic impact, because most people in the South have a lower a lower standard of living anyway.
Yeah, sure.
And so, I don't know that will be the thing. And there's a lot of people down
there.
It's
a low standard of living, but it's a low standard of living that's still sustained by SNAP benefits, for God's sakes, right? And so when you don't have that...
And you see that they just, opened up the government... Well, voted to open it up. It's not open quite yet. Correct. As the time of where we're recording.
And the administration is still fighting being able to disperse SNAP benefits to folks. So.
And so that's my real question is, is this going to be the thing that makes these people realize, oh, they really aren't for us? Because I feel like a lot of people think, oh, I'm actually making money. Baby, you ain't making no money.
Yeah.
And there's more people who voted for Trump who are on SNAP benefits than there aren't. And so
Agreed.
The people who are on the TikTok and on the thing, I know that you're not on SNAP benefits.
Exactly.
I know that you're not doing that. But you're not the key demographic. He wasn't going for your vote, baby.
At all. Yeah, that's
at
not,
all.
you're
it's
not
these
the audience.
People.
Yeah.
And hopefully it snaps them together. But I am very happy to be here with you having this conversation, because I fear that more people aren't having this conversation.
I think you're right. I worry that more people aren't having it. But at the same time, what I think I'm seeing is more young people having aspects of this conversation and kind of animating and galvanizing their communities in different ways than perhaps our generations, because we have a little bit of a gap, but our generations have done, and that does actually encourage me. So it's not necessarily the groundswell that I want to see and need to see yet, but I'm a consummate optimist, and I really believe in us, and I truly believe that the power of the people is always greater than the people in power. And so I believe that we've got this, even on some of our hardest days. Yeah. And so I'm glad that we're having this conversation, but I'm really glad about all the conversations that are happening around our communities. And especially being in New York City, we got a new mayor coming in, and that has given me some hope for what the future looks like for our communities really around the country.
The most exciting thing is that he's in his 30s.
Oh my God, thank God. Early 30s too.
34,
that's
right?
Yeah, that's early.
Early
it's on
30s.
the other side.
That's very exciting.
It is.
I'm just so tired of these old motherfuckers.
Sean,
you know what I mean?
You and me both.
What legacy do you hope your work leaves in 50 years?
Oh my God.
Not necessarily a personal legacy, but for the movement and the culture as a whole.
50 years is 2075. Oh my God. I honestly, I hope that I have any small part to play in true liberation for Black queer people, queer and trans people. Truly, what liberation looks like for me is not just us being able to live authentically, but being able to do so without fear, right? And also being able to do so without concern about resources and safety and my God, just so much hope, so much joy, and that our children are able to experience that as well. 50 years feels like a reasonable time frame for that to be the case. Yeah. And truly to have any kernel of responsibility in that vision, that's my deepest hope for our people and my legacy.
That's beautiful. I have some viewer mail.
Viewer mail?
Yeah.
Oh, this is cute.
Yes, honey. I think it's very important on Sapphira to hear from you, the viewers. So if you ever feel like that you want to ask me or my fabulous guests a question, just write on into the show. First question.
Let's do it.
Who's one person you would want to meet, living or dead? Asked by Grumpy No, Not a Cat. Okay.
I mean, Grumpy not a cat. Oh, R.I.P. Grumpy Cat. But hopefully, Grumpy not a cat, very alive and well. Easy, Beyonce. Like, obviously, absolutely, without a doubt, just Beyonce.
Yeah, you just want to meet Beyonce.
Duh. Yeah, absolutely. That's the number one answer. Like,
And when you met Beyonce, what would you do?
I would try not to like pee myself. I think I would like embarrass myself in some way, shape, or form. I would. Oh my God, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't even thought about it.
Wild.
I should really think about it.
Be prepared.
No, I don't know.
You know, you need.
I wouldn't be ready.
You have to be prepared because if it happens, then what are you gonna do?
I see. This is the problem. That's why I'm worried about embarrassing myself because I can think of 1,000 ways where I would embarrass myself. I have no idea what I would do to not embarrass myself. Oh my
Probably just
goodness.
be you.
No, my goodness. I wouldn't even say anything. I'm like a horribly socially awkward person. I'm deeply introverted as well. And so I feel like I would just not know what to do.
You know what the funny thing is that whenever I'm around people who are like, I'm introverted, and they're like the most extroverted person I've ever met in my life, I'm always like, you're introverted at home. You're not introverted. That does not make you introverted.
No, I'm really truly.
You're more of an ambivert, I would feel. Quite
that's right.
honestly.
I have to be extroverted for my jobs, but I am like profoundly introverted. Like I will. This is like a lot of peopling. I will go and like sleep for 2 days after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like truly. Are you introverted?
I
Or you're an ambivert?
am a true ambivert.
Okay. Yeah.
I do thoroughly enjoy people, but I definitely,
To an extent.
Yes, and then I will disappear.
Exactly.
I can't be around too many people at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get angry. And then I like remove myself from the situation. I can't be around people I don't like.
Yeah.
Because I will.
You can't do the fake thing.
You know I don't like you. Why would you come around me?
Why are you here? And then we're back
I'll
to
even
you
like
punch
just
people.
pick on them.
We're back to the top of the conversation.
You know what I mean? I might just like say some jabs at them, and they're funny.
Yeah,
so I'm funny.
Yeah, so you just.
But they're like, and I was like, no, I don't
No,
like
I really
you.
don't like you.
I don't
See, this is good
like
that you know
you.
this about yourself, though.
Yeah,
You're
I
protecting
mean,
your energy in that way.
yeah, I mean, there was a moment, but I am always willing and open to liking someone. So that's the reason why I sometimes do still let myself be surrounded by someone.
Okay.
I'll let them make up for the reason I don't like them, or I'll let them grow into a new person and accept who that new person they've grown into is.
Oh, that's good though.
I'm not the person who's like, you used to be a bitch, and so I don't like you for something you did to me 10 years ago or even last week.
So you really believe in people's capacity to change.
Yes.
And to grow. Okay,
I've
beautiful.
changed and grown.
Okay, agreed.
Look at me.
Agreed. Look at me.
When we met, I was 144 pounds.
I do recall.
I'm 250 pounds. I've changed and grown quite a bit.
Beautifully.
And I love it. My next question is, would you ever run for political office?
Absolutely not.
Asked by Pierce Thompson.
Absolutely not, under no circumstances. I am asked this question all the time.
Yeah.
I've been close enough to politics and politicians to know it's not for me.
Not for you, yeah.
No. And I also have had people, when I've answered that way, they said like, well, that's exactly who we need to run for office. And I don't disagree with that. It's just, it's not.
It's
not
hard
for
to
me.
get stuff done.
It is hard to get stuff done. And I think I have yet to see, and this actually goes back to the Zoran conversation, I have yet to see politicians that have not been corrupted by politics. And that's the thing. Like, after I was riding home in an Uber with a friend after Zoran's win, and she was like, do you believe that absolute power corrupts? And I was like, oh, I absolutely do believe that absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And she was like, so why do you have hope for this politician? I was like, well, I'm just always going to have hope. But I think if I think of all the politicians in the history of the world, I've really struggled to find one that hasn't been corrupted in some way, shape, or form. I came up with Jimmy Carter. I was like, Jimmy Carter. Jimmy was good until he died.
James Garfield.
James Garfield.
He did, but he died before
He
could be
did. He
corrupted.
died early. Jimmy Carter had a long
But
life.
James
He had a
Garfield was a good one.
You know what? Okay. You know what? Maybe Garfield. That's good.
Garfield was a good one, and Garfield was a good one in the way because he worked with black people.
Yeah, he did.
He had our was it our first
Garfield.
black treasurer?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was treasurer. Yeah, it was like Treasury Secretary or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it was Treasury Secretary. Okay, there we go. Jimmy Carter and James. It's the James and the Jimmies.
The James
So
and the
maybe that's
Jimmys.
the
It's the
yeah. But then
Jimmys.
you throw in James Madison and it all gets fucked up. So no.
'Cause-
So it's not James and Jimmy. But those James, that James and that Jimmy.
That James, that Jimmy. So they're both
Specifically.
James.
Exactly.
So two Jameses.
But not Madison. Fuck that.
What's next for AJ Hikes?
Oh my goodness.
Where do you
I
see
lived
yourself in like 10 years?
10 years. I don't know if I see myself in the United States. I'll say that. So we can start that. Somewhere in the world. I don't know if it's here. I would like for it to still be here though, I'll say. In 2035.
We need you.
Oh, thank you, my dear. We need you. I'll probably still be doing social justice work in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I really feel like that is like my life's work. I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't serving our community in some way. Chad, I hope to be working for myself. That's
You
the
gonna
dream.
model some
I ain't doing none of that. No, ain't gonna be
crazy.
nobody's model. No.
Put all them good looks to work. That's crazy.
Maybe I'll work for you. I would love to work for Sapphira.
Okay. Well, we might find a job for you.
Okay.
Tell you right now.
That sounds good. That'll be my 10-year plan.
Now, where can all our listeners find you on social media?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have a complicated relationship with social media, but I do still have it. So I'm on Instagram. I'm a person of a certain age, so I don't do the tiki-talkies, but I'm on Instagram, AJ Hikes. It's easy enough to find. And like LinkedIn, but that doesn't really count as social media, I don't think.
And how can people support the ACLU?
Oh my gosh. Please, child, if you got 10 pennies, you got $1, you got $5, please help us fund the fight, because we are suing the hell out of this man. Just this year alone, we have sued him over 200 times. Like when I say
And
we
the
are
year's
lighting,
not over. This is the first year.
it's the first year.
He wasn't even president most of the first month.
Child, when I tell you, as soon as the first thing he did was attack birthright citizenship, like Inauguration Day. The ink was not dry on that shit before we had already filed that lawsuit, because we knew he was going to do that. His first administration, we sued him 434 times, and like I just said, we've already done 200 legal actions, and the year ain't done yet. So please help us.
And that was 4 years.
Yeah.
You're
That's
already,
right.
you're already
Oh,
doubled.
honey, we moving. We knew what this was going to be, though.
Yeah.
We were ready. Like, we don't, I say all the time, we ain't got to get ready. We stay ready.
You stay ready.
We stay ready.
The ACLU stay
please,
ready.
Send us, but even if you have no money whatsoever, just like boost the work. Please boost the work.
call.
Follow us, all of that. Yeah.
Volunteer.
Please learn, like, do know your rights. Come out, protest in the streets. Like, just all
Honestly,
that. Just get engaged, please.
I feel like if you have time for like, do y'all have classes of any sort?
We do know your rights trainings.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We do a lot of, I think we trained 50,000 people this year. We did 20K this month alone, last month alone. So like we do a lot of know your rights trainings because people are out in the streets and we want to make sure they're safe.
And do you do trainings where you train other people to train other
That's
people?
exactly right. We do train the
So, yeah.
trainers. That's right. And we do them in Spanish as well because a lot of it's around immigration, of course. So we want to make sure people like know their rights and are able to protect their neighbors as well.
Nice.
So yeah, know your rights. So that's something that people can definitely get involved with. People power. That's what you can look at. It's like aclu.org/people power.
Are there like lawyers or any kind of representation that people can know that they can call if they get caught up in some stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't do direct action. So if you get like picked up on the street, like we'll help you know your rights. But in terms of like bailing you out of jail, like the ACLU litigators, we sue the government. We sue the Supreme Court, and we sue, when we go up to the Supreme Court, but like we sue the government. Yes.
Policy,
So we do that. But so we don't do direct action like that. But if you have concerns with your passport, right, because that's like that, the passport case that went up to the Supreme Court, that's our case. You have issues with immigration, things like that. Like you can actually contact ACLU lawyers that can give advice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
My goodness, I truly enjoy you, AJ Hikes,
I enjoy you
and
so much,
I'm so
dear.
glad that you came to be with us.
Thank you, baby, and congratulations on your show. This is incredible.
Thank you. It's it's
So
a little
well-deserved.
something.
Oh, honey, it's more than a little something.
It's a big something.
It's a
something.
big ass something. It is so well deserved. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming to join me and my wonderful guest, AJ Hikes. I want you to always remember to truly love and accept who you are, when you are, where you are, how you are. You are perfect today.